What's up? We got The Flash, Season 3, Episode 20, I Know Who You Are. So, about one title. So, this episode starts off with Julian saying, Hey guys, we haven't been able to find Caitlin. While he's off visiting his girlfriend. On Earth 3, because Jesse's still on Earth 3. So he's like, hey, Julian, we've done everything. We've checked the satellite. We've done everything you've asked for us to do. So why don't you just lay off and let us do our job? So he's like, hey, there was a girl named Tracy Brandt who built the Speed Force. So they built the Speed Force cannon. So they basically find this Tracy Brandt, but this is a grad student version of her who basically has been told by everyone that she's terrible. So she basically wants to quit her grad school job and get a job at a fast food place. So that's when Killer Frost shows up. And he's like, a mission here is so easy and fun. But then Barry's able to speed them out of the way, and she's like, you've gone full on Killer Frost, huh? The threads and everything. And she's like, no more pencil skirts for her. So then Cisco almost gets a clear shot at Killer Frost, but then she fires at him. But then Julian notices. He's like, Cisco, you had a clear shot at Killer Frost. You could have taken it. But Cisco basically mentions later is that we'll mention it later. So Cisco and Julian basically decide to give HR some fullerton skills. Actually, HR one. This is HR basically basically his role in this second half is to basically be in love with Tracy. Basically want to date Tracy Brandt. Okay, HR. Okay, Human Resources. That's your arc. And that's your arc for the show. I remembered something. I had to do that line. So then Killer Frost decides to attack again, and she's like, her again? And he's like, Caitlin, stop. She doesn't stop, because she's like, So she's like, and he's like, what did I ever do to you? And she's like, Sabotage is lacking now, and she's like, it's more fun to reign in HLL and all that. So she decides to create a ramp, an ice ramp. It's an ice ramp battle. And again, Cisco has the perfect shot to shoot her, but you remember the good Caitlin he was friends with, so he hesitates. And that's basically his whole So it's a weird ice ramp battle, and then she's like, it was the left leg last time, right? And it injects him, hits him, and he's like scar tissues are than regular tissues, whatever that means. And he's like, this isn't you, and she's like, it is now. So basically Barry's like, hey, why don't you tell Cecile the secret? You work for Team Flash. He's the Flash. Wally's Kid Flash, and you wouldn't have to, keep the secret from her anymore. And he's like, So you know what Joe decided to do? He said to break up with Cecile because he wants to keep her safe. But then Killer Frost is like, yo, bro, I have your girlfriend. Basically, give me Tracy Brandt or I'll kill her. So you'll receive an address. Give me Tracy Brandt or I'll kill your girlfriend, bro. And so I love my lines in this. I love my lines. These are funny. And he's like, He's like, you want to kill her? And she's like, killing Cecile? That means nothing. Killing Tracy Brandt? That's everything. Basically, Sabotage wants to. So yeah. So yeah. So yeah. Because Saboteur was like, if they kill Tracy Brandt, if they can both be gods. But I'm like, you're not a god, man. You're not a god. You're just a man in a suit who has a really light Yagami god complex. Yeah, just like Yagami. So Death Note references also included in the show. So yeah, so she basically Barry's like, you want her? He's like, she basically copies everything Barry's gonna say. He's like, how are you copying everything I'm gonna say? And she's like, Saboteur told me exactly what you said. You two, it's only history to him. You two are more alike than you realize. So yeah, so Cisco basically, again, Julian's like, Cisco, you could have taken a shot at Caitlyn. Why'd you miss? And she's like, because he's worried of killing her, and he's her best friend. So he doesn't really kill his best friend. If it came down to Joe, Iris, Wally, or Barry, or Julian, he would hesitate, because Caitlyn is his best friend. Caitlyn is his best friend, so he doesn't want to hurt his best friend. So obviously, yeah. Yeah. So basically now Cisco. So she's like, yeah, that's how I know Cisco's in the rafters right now. And blows up. And that's how Cisco's up. So yeah, so Cisco's like, they both blast vibe or something. And he's like, Caitlyn's dead. And she's like, Caitlyn's dead. He's like, remember your Caitlyn. She's like, Caitlyn's dead. And he's like, not to me again. And he's like, ugh. And blasts her. But then Sabotage just takes her back, before they can get her, take her back to Starlight. Sabotage just randomly shows up and takes her away, and then he's like, says something to Barry, and then leaves, and they're like, Sabotage had the perfect opportunity to kill Tracy, but he took Caitlyn instead. He's like, he must need her for something. So, yeah. So then we see Barry and Wally had just returned back from Earth 3, and Barry's now real. And he's like, I told her everything. I told her. Joe's like, I told Cecile everything. I told him that Barry's the Flash. I told her he loves her. He told her Barry's the Flash and Wally's Kid Flash. And he promised not to tell. And she promised not to tell Joni. So basically, officially, welcome to Team Flash, Cecile, because every character who knows Barry's secret officially joins Team Flash. Officially. So yeah, but then that's when Barry is like, hey, without that we have love, because without love we have nothing. So Barry basically flashes back, basically realizing whatever's happening, about how Saboteur keeps saying he's the future Flash, about Caitlyn saying there's more history to him, and and Cisco saying how Saboteur was scary precise, and Barry just flashes out, and Saboteur just randomly is there. He's like, hey, I know why you know everything about me, about Joe, about Wally, about Cisco, because you know what hurts us, you know how much we love each other, because you were there, you lived it when you were me, and then Sabotage just refuses to, and he's like, as I told you from the beginning, I'm the future Flash, and that's where the episode ends. And Sabotage reveal was a very long. This was one of the most. I feel like I didn't like the reveal as much as I thought I would, because it was dragged out for this long, and when you drag this out for this long, it just doesn't work. It feels like this was stale. It didn't have time to cook. It became stale because it was dragged out for too long. And that's why I don't like the Saboteur reveal that much, is because it was dragged out for too long. like Zoom and Reverse Flash reveal were at episode 9 and episode 15 of their respective seasons, but this had to be revealed at episode 20, when next episode, when we only have 3 episodes left in the show? Why would you do this? It doesn't make any sense whatsoever why they chose episode 20 to reveal Savitar. Because were they trying to confuse their audience? Were they trying to make their audience upset? I'm not upset. I'm just disappointed that it took this long for them to reveal the villain. As I said, I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed that I'm just disappointed that the Flash writers decided to take this long to reveal their villain. Like, even as Future Ray said, yeah, I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed because it felt like a stale cookie. You have the cookie, but you wait too long to eat it, and it becomes a stale cookie. That feels like this Savitar reveal it's a stale cookie. The Savitar reveal is a stale cookie. Yeah, Savitar reveal is a stale cookie. I'm not mad at the writers for doing this. I'm just disappointed that it took them 20 episodes when the end game is already here to do this. It took them this long when the end game is fast approaching for them to be like, ooh, now let's reveal who the main villain is. I'm not mad at the reveal. I'm just disappointed at it. It's just not one of my best. Like Zoom and Savitar reveals, like, wait, what? When you zoom in the Reverse Flash reveal, like, wait, what? But my reaction was like, are you kidding me? You waited this long to reveal this? This wasn't shocking. It was like, oh, okay, Savitar is a future version of Barry. Like, that's cool. But I'm just saying, it's not like, oh, wait a minute, what? Bartholomew is the Reverse Flash, and wait, Hunter Zolman is Zoom. It's just like, okay. It's just like, okay, he's Savitar. We can all go home. Knowing that we watched this reveal be dragged out for like 20 episodes, and we felt nothing. I felt nothing watching this reveal, because it was just like, to me, my reaction to this review was to this episode was like, what? You wait that long to introduce your villain? You wait that long to have your villain revealed? What is wrong with you? It's like it felt like the Flash writers weren't caring as much with their villain this season as with other villains. But anyway, that's it for this video, and I'll see you next time for more of The Flash. Hopefully, the last 3 episodes are way better, because, yeah, Savitar's reveal wasn't all that impactful with me, and it wasn't all that spectacular like the others. It felt dragged on like a stale cookie. It was dragged on like a stale cookie.